Hey guys, so I tell like it is. One last video I need to cover right before David Johnson's return video. That's probably going to be the very last one. This one is going to be one of the most important videos I'm covering in regards to my Super Bowl pick. Because National World Cancer Day is on the day of Super Bowl 52, February the 4th. Super Bowl 52 is going to be played at Minneapolis. Larry Fitzgerald is the native from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and his mother, Carol Fitzgerald, died due to breast cancer dating back to 2003. I'm going to explain why the Super Bowl being played on February the 4th is going to be a tribute to Larry Fitzgerald's long-deceased mother, Carol Fitzgerald. It was Carol Fitzgerald that passed away on April the 10th of 2003 when she was 47 years old. It is interesting that the last time that the Arizona Cardinals won an NFL championship was during the 1947 NFL championship game. Now, it's the last time the Arizona Cardinals won the Super Bowl. This is all done by design. And believe me, it's written, scripted completely by the numbers. Carol Fitzgerald dead at 47 years of age in 2003. The last time Arizona wins a title was dating back to 1947. Carol Fitzgerald, as you know, she passed away on April the 10th of 2003. The online obituary said so. April the 10th of 2003. Is a date numerology of 37. And 37 is the 12th prime. It was 40 years ago that the last it was 12 years ago that the last time a superstar won the Super Bowl at his hometown was in fact a Pittsburgh Steeler, Jerome Bettis, winning the Super Bowl at his hometown of Detroit. And I'm predicting the same thing to happen with Larry Fitzgerald. Also notice too, April the 10th, when you do it the short way, has a date numerology of 10. It was 10 years ago that the New York Giants pulled off the upset of the ages, and this Super Bowl would produce the similar effect if we end up seeing the same thing happen. I'm predicting Larry Fitzgerald to win the Super Bowl on World Cancer Day as a tribute to his slain mother. This is all done by the numbers. As you see, Carol Fitzgerald, she was born on January the 1st. Larry Fitzgerald wears number 11. January the 1st is a lot like his number 11. And I'm also going to explain to you why Carol Fitzgerald, who was a very giving, caring person, very compassionate. She was a health services worker in Minneapolis. Why she is going to represent the giving and caring mother of Jesus, also known as Mary, the Virgin Mary. Mary is the mother of Jesus. Once again, I explained why Larry Fitzgerald was going to represent the Messiah, Jesus Christ. Larry equals 74, Messiah equals 74, and Jesus all equals 74. And Jesus, Larry Fitzgerald is going to represent Jesus, while Carol Fitzgerald, who the Super Bowl is in honor of, is going to represent the Virgin Mary. That is who Carol Fitzgerald represents. The mother of Jesus is, in fact, Carol Fitzgerald. There's a reason why Arizona lost the game against the Houston Texans this week. The game was played at the previous Super Bowl site. It's interesting that the Steelers equals 46 in gematria. That's who I'm predicting to play in the Super Bowl. And in Arizona, their record is 4-6 right now. And amazingly enough, a lot of crap is still in their favor. 4 of their last... You see, this is the kind of shit we're dealing with. 4 of their last 6 games are at home. I mean, the record, it's all scripted with the amount of home games left. I mean, there is a major faith tribute for the Jesuit team called the Cardinals. And what do the red Cardinals and they represent the cardinal birds? Well, they're a symbolic representation. A symbolic representation of these College of Cardinals, these bishops of Rome that reside within the capital of Rome, Vatican City. They wear the same shade of red that the Arizona Cardinals wear. Bidwell, Catholic, all equal 35. The Super Bowl is being played on the 35th day of the year. The whole faith tribute is going to come into play. To never lose faith. You think of former Cardinals quarterback Kurt Warner's book, All Things Possible. Referring back to Vatican City. Interesting that Vatican City also equals 46 and 127. 127 is the gematria value for the site of the game at Minneapolis, where the Cardinals reside. In Vatican City, the Arizona Cardinals would win it at Minneapolis. Same gematria value. I'm predicting Arizona to finish 9-7. 3 victories entering the Super Bowl would give them a 12-7 record. And going back to the 37 reference at the start of the video, this is where the 12 is going to come into play. There are 12 disciples of Christ, aka Jesus. It would be fitting if the Jesuit Cardinals enter the Super Bowl with 12 wins. 12 disciples of Christ. At Minneapolis, aka Vatican City, the symbolic home of the Cardinals, this is all going to be a scripted tribute for Carol Fitzgerald. Win it for Carol Fitzgerald in gematria equals 127. This Super Bowl is all going to be a tribute to his mother on World Cancer Day. And his mother died of cancer. The Minneapolis native, the Super Bowl being played at Minneapolis. It is no coincidence. It is scripted. It is bound to happen by the numbers. It is interesting that Carol L. Fitzgerald, that is her name, if you look at the obituary. The name equals 79. She represents the Virgin Mary, like I've been saying. The Virgin Mary equals 79. Going back to the Wikipedia page of the Virgin Mary. It says that she was born on September the 8th. September the 8th can be written as September the 8th. So you see her birthday of January the 1st, the first day of the year, 9-8, represents the 98th NFL season this year. The 2017-2018 season is the 98th NFL season. That is the day that she was supposedly born. She was born in the 18 before Christ. This 18 is very significant because the Super Bowl is going to be played in the year 18 in 2018. Also, the fact that in gematria, red in gematria equals 45. Your red equals 18. That was a Freudian slip. Continuing on with the rest of the numbers, this is going to be revenge against the Steelers for Super Bowl 43. Carol Fitzgerald, Revenge 76. It would be fitting if Arizona plays the Carolina Panthers in the wild card round because the Panthers defeated the Cardinals in their last two playoff matchups. So Carol Fitzgerald, her death date on April the 10th, the amount of time from the Super Bowl to her death date is a time span of 2 months, 6 days. That is a lot like God, equaling 26. 65 days from the Super Bowl to her death date. Lord Jesus Christ equals 65 in gematria. Going back to the 4-6 record, the references to the Steelers, the Cardinals' last game, and Vatican City, and 4 of the last 6 games at home for Arizona. The fact that breast cancer equals 46. I already talked about why Arian's record was 44 in 26 in the regular season with the Cardinals right after Carson Palmer's injury. To not lose faith even without your star running back, even without your quarterback, even when you're 4-6. Faith equals 44 in 26. Cancer equals 44 in 26. There are 26 NFC winners of the Super Bowl entering this year. These are all going to be key tributes for this Super Bowl. Also, the amount of time from January the 1st, her birthday, to February the 4th, 35th day of the year, that would be a time span of 34 days. So here we have it. Jesus equaling 34 and 11. Carol Fitzgerald, born on January the 1st. Like I said before, she was born in 1956. The amount of time from her birthday to the Super Bowl is a time span of 62 years, 1 month and 3 days. I'm predicting Arizona to win their 13th game of the season on February the 4th. A time span of 62 years. Literally, if you couldn't script it any better, this is where the whole tribute's going to come into play. Arians in gematria equals 62, the Arizona Cardinals head coach. Minneapolis also equals 62 in gematria, by the way. Very fitting. Carol Fitzgerald would have been 62 years old. And the phrase, shock the world, in gematria also equals 62. This was the famous phrase of the 2008-2009 Cardinals. It says right here that World Cancer Day was founded to support the goals of the World Cancer Declaration written in 2008. 2008 was also the year that the Arizona Cardinals last made the Super Bowl. It was the 2008 season. This was when it was all written. That was the year they reached the Super Bowl and lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers. 8 plus 0 plus 0 plus 2, 10. That's where the 10 reference at the start of the video came from. But this is what it's all about. The Minneapolis native, the Jesus tribute, the Mary tribute, the Virgin Mary tribute, the Carol Fitzgerald, all done by the numbers. Larry Fitzgerald's new A Football Life on NFL Network clearly states how unselfish and how giving Carol Fitzgerald was to the world. She would make her boys give up a lot of time on Sundays to spend time with people and help people, and that's how Larry Fitzgerald became the Cardinal that he is today. Literally a saint. World Cancer Day on February the 4th, the Minneapolis native, Larry Fitzgerald's mother, died because of breast cancer. This Super Bowl on World Cancer Day is going to be a tribute to his mother. It's not going to be a tribute to Tom Brady's mother because she was diagnosed with cancer in 2016. And Tom Brady's record in the Super Bowl is 5-2. That's going to remain at 5-2 in the year of Super Bowl 52. All done by the numbers. And there's one more thing with Tom Brady. Do not forget that the site of the Super Bowl is at Minneapolis. This equals 55. So we have Tom Brady's childhood team. The 49ers have 5 titles, and Tom Brady has 5 titles right now. This is not going to change. This just represents the site of the Super Bowl for this year. Minneapolis, both San Francisco and Tom Brady will both remain at 5 Super Bowls, and Tom Brady's 5-2 in the Super Bowl. He's going to remain at 7 Super Bowl appearances. It's going to be number 7, Ben Roethlisberger. In the year of Super Bowl 52, his record remains at 5-2 in the Super Bowl. This is a lock. Arizona over Pittsburgh, World Cancer Day. Fitzgerald, the Minneapolis native, Carol Fitzgerald, dies of cancer. Arizona is going to win the championship on World Cancer Day for his mother.